Good morning, Storm Nation. Whoa, there's a little echo. Did you hear an echo? Okay,
Nope.
well, good morning.
Maybe it's in your head.
It might be in my head. Welcome to another live stream of some awesome youth bowlers.
But this time, it's not SYC,
It's not SYC.
but we're in Utah.
We are in Utah. We are showing a little bit of action from the PBA Junior West Regional. On Friday, the PBA Junior kids came to Storm, and we got to see the families. They got to take a tour, and then they came out to Sparetime, where they got to bowl.
Yesterday, they had their qualifying. Today, right now, is starting they had another round this morning, and now is the bracket finals. And for the first match, our cameras are set up. So we're going to do the first round of the U15 division.
Yes.
The U18 division is bowling on the low end of the house, and then they will move. So we will have their matches probably on the next round. So now we got the U15 kids, and our first match on 13 and 14 is Henry Mann, who is probably our youngest competitor in the field. What is he, 10, or did he just turn 11? I think he's 10.
I think he's 10, yeah.
And he is bowling against Lewis Cloud. Henry's from Texas, and Lewis is from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nice.
And then on 15 and 16, we have Dragan Kunkel and Connor Atkinson, both from Utah. So that's what you have in front of you.
Yeah.
And our third match, just for anyone looking, in the U15 is Oliver Louie and Ewan Esther, and that is being bowled on 17 and 18. They're not on camera.
Just
and then
off screen, yeah.
the leader is Emerson Hadfield, and because they only had 7 entries, so Emerson has a bye because he would have bowled the 8th spot. So he has a bye in the first round. He was the leader. And then they bowl 2 game matches. The winner moves on to round 2. So,
Leanne, do you want to just run down the U18 bowlers that are bowling right now, even though we can't see them?
Yeah, we've got a lot of talent from Utah and Idaho. So our leader was Wade Christensen. I don't know if it's in order, but anyway, our matches, first match over on the low end, 3 and 4. Wade Christensen against Daxton Olson. Nevaeh Hull versus Brody Chatterton. Vincent Jablonski versus Riley McGee. And Tyler Clark versus Luke Brown. So that's all being bowled. And we will have a little bit of that next round when the cameras are able to get their pairs. But we'll update you who's winning and moving on to the next round.
Want to give a shout out to Sparetime Lanes in Roy, Utah. They've hosted this 3 years now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great tournament facility.
Yes.
I was talking to our friends here, and they said that they had a tournament last weekend, Championship Bowling Masters.
Yeah.
They have this tournament this weekend. They have another tournament next weekend, and then they roll straight into the city tournament.
They're used to having a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, they've got no break. Nice shot by Mr. Cloud there for a double.
He's a lefty. I don't know him. He has a very nice game. And
he's got a good jersey game,
player.
too.
He's looking sharp out there. Now, we do know Henry. Henry is
Mr. Henry.
We met him through a couple SYCs, and he's quite the character.
Yeah.
He's a smart young man who loves bowling. He's all into all like the cores and weight blocks and all that stuff.
He's very into science and math. And we also heard today before that he likes the Beastie Boys.
Yeah. There you go. Henry, how do you know the Beastie Boys? So Lewis has a double to start. Henry
got a spare.
I can't see his
Strike
scoring
spare.
in it. Strike spare. So
yes.
Good start for that match. The scores were a little lower today overall. I think they had some good scoring yesterday, but today looked a little tougher. Today, are they bowling? I think they're bowling on the McEwen pattern today, maybe?
Oh, the McEwen. Is it named after Danielle McEwen?
It is, Blair.
Oh, no
How
way.
many McEwens do you know
Well, I
in
don't
the
know.
bowling industry?
One.
Let me look. I'm pretty sure yesterday they bowled.
Does that mean Danielle picked this pattern?
I don't know how they pick the pattern, but let's see.
Does Danielle like bowling
Oil
on the
pattern
McEwen
info. Today is the McEwen.
Good spare by Henry. That was a little tough pickup, but he covered it like a champ. Close match over there with Mr. Dragon. And who's Dragon bowling against?
Connor Atkinson.
Connor. Okay.
It's a turkey for Lewis.
It is a turkey. Nice shot by Dragon, too.
Henry's talking to him. Henry is sporting his new H5G San Antonio, Texas Youth Bowlers Tour jersey.
Ah.
His mom, along with Rachel Toney, so Jody Mann and Rachel Toney formed a new youth tour. They said there's no youth tours like monthly tournaments in San Antonio for kids, so we're going to start our own.
See, now I love that because that's what we always tell people. Like, if
You can
you're
do it.
unhappy that there isn't a youth tour, start one.
Great shot. Yeah, and they did.
Yeah, good
So
job.
four-bagger. The way Lewis is bowling, he should be up in the U18.
No
He's
kidding.
like, no problem. It's
They-
crushing him.
They are bowling on burn. So
Yeah, there
you
was
may have
no
mentioned that.
re-oil.
Yeah. So the McEwen pattern is broken down. But for those at home, we did not mix the U15 and U18. So U15 is only bowling on U15 pairs.
Correct.
They will finish the tournament on U15 pairs, and then U18
Yeah.
stays within their own. And in the U18, I think you mentioned Nevaeh, but it was mixed, and Nevaeh bowled against the boys and
Yeah.
made it to the finals.
They didn't have a lot of girl signups for some reason.
Yeah, girls, where
But
you at?
those girls are so competitive. They're like, heck yeah, we'll bowl with the boys. And one of them, Nevaeh, made it.
Yeah, and she's been
But
bowling
she
pretty
bowls
good.
so many tournaments. She bowls adult tournaments. She just bowls. So
Yeah, and I cannot. The poll is causing a little
yeah,
bit of
we are
issue
limited
now.
with
I can't
our
see the
viewing.
U18
So
scores.
good shot, Henry.
That was a really good shot, Henry. So it looks like Dragon, after his strike opened,
That match looks pretty close.
It's
88
very
in the
close.
fifth to about 90. So it looks like Connor maybe has like a 5-pin lead.
yeah.
So that's a close one. Unfortunately for Henry, he's having a rough go of it with just being struck against.
Yeah,
He's not bowling a bad game,
he's not.
but and remember, there's probably a little age difference here because Henry's the youngest, and Lewis is probably 13 or so. He's a couple years older than Henry.
Yeah, Henry would normally be bowling in a U12 division, but they
Right.
don't have a U12
Right.
division. So he's bowling up in U15. And he bowled great. I mean, he averaged like 180 yesterday,
Good shot, Lewis.
which is fantastic. So good experience for Henry.
He had a good, even though the entries might have been a little lower, there's a lot of tournaments going on across the country this weekend. It's a very strong field. Like
Very
there's
strong.
a lot of Idaho youth bowlers here, some of the best ones from Idaho and the best ones from Utah. So it's some good talent here.
Yeah. I always like to explain to people too, like if you're watching and you're not from the West Coast, you don't understand how much these families drive out here.
They do.
Because there's like, there's not a lot of tournaments, but they will drive to the tournaments
Yeah.
that are there 6-8 hours. It's not like the East Coast where you can be anywhere in about 2.
Right. Well, Lewis is a striking machine.
He is.
putting the
continues.
pressure on Henry.
Dragon has a little tricky pickup here. Oh, washout action. Oh, he got 3. So
the other U15 match looks like you and Esther is leading game 1 down there on 15 and 17 and 18. Yeah, there you go, Henry. You got the 10 out. Looks like he moved a little bit inside there. Good adjustment, Henry.
he was close. He's been close on that lane. So Connor leaves a sleeper pin. I hate sleepers. Do you like sleeper pins, Liam?
Well, it just depends, Blair. I can't say that I mind the 2-8. I do not really care for the 3, 6, 9, 10. Oh, so that string comes to an end. A good shot. But
good shot.
it's 2 game matches, total pins.
Oh, Connor. All right, so Connor opens.
Yeah,
This
so
match
Connor's
is two pin match.
Yeah, so that match is pretty even. Lewis is leading Henry. Covers up his 7 pin. He's probably got the highest game in the building right now. Although Ewan's got 3 spares and then a 4-bagger. So he's got a good game going down there.
Man, there might be some transition happening on this 15 and 16 pair because Connor just stepped up and washed out as well on 16. And I heard Dragon come back and ask his parents, should I make a ball change after that last shot? Oh, good pickup.
Sigh of relief.
Yeah, really.
All right, Henry. Oh, Brooklyn for a double. There you go.
Nice little shrug.
Smile.
I like it.
He's like, I'll take that. Ewan is striking down there. It's very much in the lead in his match. We've got Luke Brown here in the U18 off to our left, working on a 4-bagger. He's leading his match. Let's see if Henry can post a turkey here. It's a good shot. There you go.
Really
good shot, Henry.
Henry had a great tournament. He should not be. Oh wait, still it's 2 game matches, right?
2 game matches.
2 game matches.
Still got a chance, Henry. Don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up. Anything can happen.
Get all the pins you can.
Oh, Mr. Cloud, that was a good shot.
Blair, I have some info.
Oh yeah.
We were misinformed. So it is not 2 game total pins. It's like the regular PBA. You know how they do those special format eliminator ones. So if you win the first game, and your opponent wins the second game, then you have a 1-ball roll off.
Huh.
So it's not. I always thought when you did best of, it had to be a 3-game thing, and the first person to win 2. So you could win. So Henry could lose this game and win the next one, and then they have a roll off. So
wow, that's interesting.
I correct myself. I'm sorry that I. So that makes it more interesting.
That actually does.
So don't waste all your strikes in game 1.
No kidding.
So we just need to find out who won the first match, and then they start over. Jack Pearson's in the chat. See you in Rhode Island. We will,
Yes,
Jack. We can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait for Rhode Island.
Blair's leaving early. She's leaving tomorrow, and she's going to
sightsee.
Go early. I'm staying late. Can't wait to get back there.
I think the East Coast is awesome.
Nice shot. All right, so Lewis is still winning, but Henry's getting lined up. Look at him.
So Lewis
Go
shot
Henry.
247, is that right?
Yeah, and Henry's finishing out with he's got a 4-bagger, and he can finish out with 202, but he's lined up. I wonder if Lewis is like, oh, feeling the heat. Look at Henry. Good shot again. Nope.
It was a good shot, though.
So the Dragon and Connor match is close. So let's wait for the 10th frame here.
So Dragon
needs a spare and 6 to win the first game. But that's a tough spare. Good finish, Henry. 201 for Henry.
Great game.
Nice game, Henry.
And Dragon picked up his spare.
So now Dragon needs 6 pins. I'm sorry, he needs 5 pins to win game 1.
Very close.
Do you think he knows that? He got up there, no time to waste. Yeah, so he won game 1. So Dragon won game 1, and Lewis. What did Lewis shoot, Blair? I can't see.
247.
Yeah, that's going to win any first match here. That
was a big game.
And you and Esther won the match won the 17 and 18. So you and Lewis.
Is Lewis from Hawaii?
He is listed from Las Vegas.
Oh.
I'm not saying he's not from Hawaii, but on the roster it says Las Vegas.
He just has a really cool shirt that says Hawaii.
It's very cute. I would think if he was actually from Las Vegas that we would have seen him at an SYC.
Yeah.
Like, he's got an extremely good game.
Yeah.
Have to contact our friends in Las Vegas, see what's up with him.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, look at his arm swing. It's just like boom, boom. He's like a la Jason Couch. He just like.
Good sound effect there.
Yeah.
We need to record your sound effects.
Quick release.
Future. He's born in Vegas but lives in Hawaii. We have someone watching.
Thanks for the info.
Very cool. So he traveled here from Hawaii to bowl this tournament. Hold on.
Oh, he's giving Henry a chance.
Good game, though. I agree.
It's
Thank you,
very
Trenton.
nice game.
Mark says, Henry is awesome. Had the pleasure of bowling adult junior Baker doubles with him at Junior Gold. Keep fighting, buddy.
Yeah. He's a fighter. He won't
is.
give up. I like to see him give him a run for his money. Oh, good shot. Doesn't need a big game. He just needs to beat Lewis. It's not total pins.
Okay, so this Dragon Connor match, I predicted to be another close match because they both are kind of
They struggled.
not figuring out this pair.
Good spare, Henry. Henry's lined up on this pair now.
Henry's like, I got this. Let's go. I would love to give you all U18 updates, but I really can't see around the pole.
We're limited with
I'm
the
sorry.
scoring. We will give you updates when the matches are over.
Correct.
Good shot, Henry.
I just love
Very
Henry's
nice.
follow through.
He's posting his shots nicely.
He's really improved since
And
the
it's
last time
hard
I've
for
seen him.
it's hard for the little kids because they're little and
Yeah.
they're trying to generate speed, you know, and so to post your shot is not always easy because they're trying to get the momentum from their foot speed.
Yeah. I know
But
he's been working pretty hard on his game.
it shows.
Yeah.
Oh, very good break there.
That was a good break.
You know, it'd be kind of fun to have Henry mic'd up during this match. Henry never stops talking.
Oh, my goodness.
He would be very interesting to hear.
True dat. That would be fun. Look at this lead Connor has over here.
As if the 3-6-9-10 wasn't hard enough. And now look at it.
It's like a bunch.
It's like the 6-pin move towards the 10.
Man.
I don't know if that makes it easier to pick up or harder. But he got it.
He got it.
Whoa. Covered it like a champ. Good shot, Lewis. Ooh, big messenger. All right, Connor. And for anyone who's interested, the Miami Dolphins are leading the New York Giants 14-10. That's right in front of us on the.
Thanks for you. I have a friend at the Dolphins game
you can
today.
see it on the live stream. So
Yeah.
looks like a good game so far. Blair, you're not commenting on my jersey.
I'm sorry. I meant to mention
Today
it.
is Football Sunday, and more importantly, my 49ers play tonight.
Yeah. Well, I have a very important side bet that involves my dog, so I'm pulling for the Niners.
Thank you.
Yes. I do like this jersey, too.
I like it.
Yes.
It's got George Kittle's number, which is also the
he
year I graduated high school.
I was going to say,
so.
is he your favorite player?
I have a few on the team.
Who's
I
your
really
favorite?
like Debo.
Yes.
I like Mr. Purdy. I do like George.
I have Ayuk in fantasy, so I like him this year.
Brandon Ayuk. And don't forget, Nick Bosa.
Yes. He's my, well.
Oh, big split. Henry, you got this. Pick it up.
Bosa's my favorite player.
No kidding. When you name your dog after a football player, I hope that he's your favorite. All right, Henry, let's give it a run. It's a very makeable split.
That's a good run at it.
Oh, so
good try,
close.
Henry. Manny.
Very good shot.
Manny's in the chat. Manny just aged out. We miss Manny.
Manny would have been here today.
I cannot give you an update on the 18U. I can tell you that I can't give you an update.
Luke won game 1 of his match. I know that. I cannot see Nevaeh and Brody. I don't know if it's updated on the PBA Junior website.
I don't think so. I don't
as
think
soon
it's
as the
live
match is
scoring.
over,
We'll give you updates. Maybe if Mike Sleds walks past, we'll grab him. He might have an update, but
Manny will keep it posted.
Manny, you've been to Spare Time. You know the polls. The polls are inconvenient. I love Spare Time. I'm not dissing Spare Time. Sparetime Lanes, thank you for all your help. You helped me with
Blair's backpedaling.
what's the cord thing? The
Ethernet?
no, extension cord. I love Spare Time.
We're trying to get as much coverage as we can, but we're at the mercy of the bowling center
Logistics.
building and also the lane assignments because the championships are going to take place right in front of us. So
They
we
are.
are.
Hang tight. Don't leave us.
Or come back if you do leave us.
Yeah, we'll be here. Oh, we got NASCAR in front of us too now.
Yeah.
They just started, right?
We need to turn on football.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Cloud, here he is. Uh-oh.
All
See,
right.
this is why
He's
we
given
say
Henry a chance.
Anything can happen.
He has given Henry a chance.
Man, Austin is in here. He's bugging you. He's saying, go Seahawks.
Well, that's okay. We're not playing the Seahawks.
Yeah.
The Seahawks need all of Austin's help.
Amen. They, yeah, them and the Broncos. Poor Broncos. They're having a rough season.
Lewis covers it up.
Good. Trenton is a Miami fan. He's cheering on Mr. Cloud and also the Dolphins.
Nice. Well, they're both winning.
Yeah.
So good job.
All right, here we go. I told you this match with Dragon and Connor over here, it is tied.
Dead even.
As a 4 frame. Well,
Well,
actually,
no, he's got to strike up.
Yeah,
so.
I thought it was an open, but it was a strike.
Let's go, Henry. Good shot.
Henry, not giving up.
Well, all he has to do is win this game, and then he goes to a 1-ball roll-off. You know how in Europe, ladies who bowl in some of the professional tournaments get like 6 extra pins a game?
Yes.
I'm thinking when they mix the U12 and U15, that maybe they should do that.
Oh, maybe. Oh, that
come
was
on.
a bad break for Mr. Henry.
That was extremely unfortunate. That was a good shot. And that match is close, right?
It is.
So Henry's going to have 91 in the 90 in the 6th.
Yep.
And Lewis
has 70. Does that say 75 or 76?
76
with a spare.
So Henry's not out of it by
No.
any means because he's only 5 down. So, and Lewis is not striking like he was in game 1. And he made a ball change.
Transition
He
going
just made
on.
a ball change. He went from urethane to reactive. Not specifically sure of what ball he switched to, but it looked like he was throwing the UC3 in game 1.
A little bit too.
And then it looks like he went to a shiny. All right, so let me give you an update. Henry has 90 in the 6th, and Lewis has 93 in the 6th.
Wow.
Lewis is up by 3.
Henry, Lewis,
And
it's anyone's
Connor,
game.
Connor spared.
Good spare. And Dragon opened.
So Connor's up by 10,
Yeah.
but Dragon won the first game, so
Tight matches.
it'd be fun to go to a 1-ball roll-off. Exciting to watch. Now he switched. All right, big split conversion. If anyone
2-8-10.
heard the cheering over there.
Mr. McGee.
Riley McGee with a big 2-8-10. Okay, so Lewis struck, but he's just... Henry is applauding the 2-8-10 spare down 10 lanes away. All right, Henry.
He's a good sportsman.
He is.
Sportsman.
He's a character. He's very enjoyable to talk to.
He's like a mixture of Joss and Brady at a younger age.
Right?
Like Joss had all that like charisma and energy, and Brady just had all the science and the tech.
Yep.
And Henry puts it all together into one.
Cover it up. There you go. So still in the match. I'm rooting for a roll-off.
Yeah.
Ewan Esther is at a 270 pace.
So he will win.
So his match is over. He has won 2 of his games. So we're going to move Ewan
what a shot by Henry.
over here. And Ewan will bowl the winner of Dragon and Connor, I believe. I could be wrong because Emerson's by. Spare it up, Henry.
You did. He listened
All right.
to you.
So this is the shot of this game because Lewis is on a strike. So if Lewis doubles here, he can really put some pressure on Henry. Let me check my bracket to make sure they're...
I think, did Luke win the first game?
He did.
Oh, yeah, so Luke is kind of
Luke's moving on.
coasting through his match here.
Let me check.
Dragon unfortunately
bracket.
opens.
He's mad.
He is a little angry.
Yeah, so the winner of Henry or Lewis will take on Emerson, the leader. So I'm just making sure I have that bracket correct. But Dragon needs to relax because he won the first match.
He
so
did.
This game, or he won the first game. This game is not the end all.
No.
Just get yourself together. And most importantly, when the scores are low and your opponent is having as much trouble as you, you're never out of it.
Never.
I mean,
no.
just because they're both, Dragons doesn't have a good, he has a crummy score, but like he's not out of that game by any means.
No, and with it not being,
he's down by 11.
Yeah,
that's a mark.
And with it not be 2-game total pins,
right?
Like it, he has the advantage right now because. Yeah.
He's already won. So Connor needs to win to stay in the match. And that's a great shot and total bad luck.
That was, yeah. I don't know what's going on that pair.
I think it's a fair matchup right there. They look to be about the same age.
Yeah.
And they're both don't exactly have the best reaction.
I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned that pair is rough because that's where our final match is. So it might just have broken down. Strange. As we said, they didn't re-oil. So
let's go, Henry. Cover this up. Oh. All right, Henry. Big finish. Henry's got 136 in the 9th. So Henry's down by 17. He's going to need a big finish and some help. Although Lewis does not really like lane 14. And he's had 2 Brooklyns on lane 13. So the luck is going to Lewis.
Dragon's getting a little pep talk from his parents.
Big finish, Henry. There you go. Huge. All right. If you get 2 more, Henry, you have to force Lewis to strike or spare. So
give it all you got, Henry.
152, 161. Henry can bowl what? 166? Can you see that?
What is it?
What's Henry's max?
He can get to 166.
So with a strike here, he forces Lewis to get a mark. Let's go, Henry. Big double. Let's keep it close. Push.
Oh, good shot. Good shot.
All right, so Luke Brown is moving on in the U18. We know that.
Austin's trying to get us to give him some sneak peeks of the next Storm Ball releases. Austin, you can follow Storm Bowl Lane on Facebook and sign up for our email newsletter. How's that? How's that for your hint? I mean,
we've just released our new releases, right? So
yeah,
we probably won't be announcing anything for another
few weeks. Mr. Cloud did not strike. So what is he? He has 152. Is that 152 in the 9th?
Yeah, so he has 161. Henry bowled 150.
Oh, yeah, 150.
So Lewis is moving on.
Yep, Lewis is.
That was a good effort by Henry. So Lewis is taking on Emerson.
Good job. That was a great tournament for Henry. As we said, he is young. He's much younger than the rest of the field.
So Ewan Esther defeats Oliver Louie, and Lewis Cloud defeated Henry Mann. And the match between Dragon and Connor is very close. Dragon won game 1. Connor is leading by 10.
Yeah.
So still very close.
Tight match.
Yes. All right, so 141 would force. Looks like we might have a roll off between Connor and
That's exciting.
Dragon.
Now, Leanne,
Yes.
if you were in this match and you and your opponent didn't have the best of all looks, what would be your strategy for the roll off? Just hit the head pin?
Yes. Yeah, there's not an advantage to either one of these right now, with the exception of Connor has a little better calmness. It looks like Dragon is a little stressed, even though he won game 1. So all right, so Dragon needs, so Connor bowled 140. If Dragon actually needs a double. Because if he spare strikes, he can shoot 130. If he strikes 10, yeah. Looks like we're going to have a roll off. Come on, Dragon. Make a good shot, buddy. Oh, he carries a Brooklyn.
Yeah.
One more strike, and Dragon wins the match. He's got 90 in the 8th with a double. So if he gets 9, he's got 139. So he definitely needs this strike.
Austin would like to know what the oil pattern is. How long was the McEwen
pattern? I would have to look it up. How long is the Henry just filled me in? 41 feet for the McEwen pattern.
Oh, Dragon.
Well,
Dragon
finished that match like a totally new bowler. So whatever pep talk he's getting from there worked. Henry, would you like to come over here and tell us about your match? Why don't you come? What? I would like to know about your match. So come a little closer so we can get your answer. But the first game, Lewis was a striking machine.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a little unfortunate for you.
Yeah, that was
but
unfortunate
then
for me, but I kept it 201.
You finished the match great.
201.
And so were you starting game 2 with a good attitude, like, I got this, I can win this game?
And then we were just head to head every single
So
time.
close.
And then I just missed the single pin spare, and then.
Well, what about the bad break of the 710?
Yeah,
that was terrible. Very unfortunate.
But that happens to everybody. But I missed a single pin spare. That cost me the whole match pretty much. And then I was going to try and force him to spare out. So,
and your shot in the 10th was good.
My first shot was good, and then I just went 9 dash, and then that cost me the match pretty much.
Yeah, but would you say you are happy with how you bowled this weekend?
Yes, sir.
And how old are you?
10.
10. And how old do you think Lewis was? Like 12 or 13 or something? He's in U15. So you're the youngest competitor in this tournament. You bowled great. Good job.
Awesome. All right, so we are going to take a very short break. We have a little commercial we're going to play. And when we come back, we'll give you some updates, some U18 updates, and stick around. We got some more bowling.
Hey Storm Nation, this is a closer look at the virtual energy blackout. Now when we're talking about bowling balls, we know that there's 2 main key components to the ball, which would include the cover stock and the core. So let's talk about both of those and why we chose them. So when you're talking about the cover stock, if you go through our tech data, you're going to see that we actually use the REX cover stock. And what is that? Well, it's the Reactor Extreme basically, which is a combination between R2S, which is our clean yet aggressive cover stock, but is very clean, and our Nano Extreme cover stock, which is NEX. So we've blended those two together, which gives us really quite a nice balance in terms of performance. And when you're looking at the length potential or the shape off of the back end or off of the break point, you're going to see that this type of a blend fits a variety of styles and a number of different types of lane conditions. And you also have to consider too, what other storm balls do we have that are asymmetrical? Well, right now you're looking at the Absolute and you're looking at the DNA. And the DNA has an exosolid reactive cover stock that's much earlier. It's designed to handle higher volumes of oil. But then you look at the Absolute, we're looking at the other side of the spectrum, which is our R2S Deep Pearl cover stock. And that cover stock is very clean. It's going to produce the most amount of skid through the front part of the lane. So when you look at those two examples and you're looking at, well, how can we best complement those existing ASIMs that we have to offer right now? REX was definitely the choice. All right, so we've got the cover stock, which is REX, and that's really equated to basically like a tire. It's the part of the bowling ball that touches the lane. It's just like where the rubber meets the road. But let's look now at the engine of the car, which is going to be the core. And the Shape Lock HD, that is a design, it's one of our most popular designs ever, and it's the reason why we brought it back. So when you're looking at the performance-wise, in 16 pounds, you'll see, for example, the RG's 2.48. That's very low. It's fast revving. It's a strong asymmetrical, so it also has a high flare potential, and it has a high intermediate differential as well, and is very good and very acceptable to a wide variety of different types of layouts. And so if I'm looking at something that has a wider, bigger pin buffer, a pin down layout versus a pin up layout, I'm going to see a fantastic shape out of both, but it's just going to be trying to determine what is the most appropriate layout for me on that given lane condition and on that particular lane surface. So if we put both of these different factors together, the cover stock and the core, what we get is a bowling ball that produces a shape that allows me to move my feet a little bit more inside of where I typically would. So a lot of times, for example, on a 41 or 42 foot pattern, I'll be sliding closer to say 25, 26, 27 at the foul line. But with the Virtual Energy Blackout, I'm actually able to slide deeper inside of that and get the ball to change direction a little bit more in the oil than I typically would, especially out of a ball that's prepared with the Reactagloss finish. This is typically going to be a little bit cleaner, but for me, the shape that I see on the lane here, this ball always wants to read that break point real good, gives me the confidence to move a little bit more inside, knowing that the ball's still going to make a strong shape down lane and get through and mix up the pins real nicely. The other interesting thing with this ball you're going to find is that typically at Storm we've reserved our asymmetrical shapes for the Premier line, but not the Virtual Energy Blackout. We've actually offered this at a little bit better price point, which is within our Signature line. So you're going to be able to get this strong performance at a little bit better value. So make sure you stop by and visit your local Storm VIP Pro Shop and pick one up today.
I think the most interesting thing about weight block design and just cores in general is you can have two weight blocks with the same RG value, same total differential value, but two completely different shapes, and they roll completely different as they go down the lane.
The weight block or the core sitting here like so, we can assume the pin is here, right? But where's the mass bias or the PSA? Where does that fall along this?
Yeah, so it actually goes into this kind of cutaway cavity in here. So the unique thing about that is if you look at a lot of the older asymmetrical pieces that we've done, a lot of times they have flats on those sides. So when you actually hit your thumb into that, it does change the dynamics quite a bit more than it will in here. This has asymmetry built into it a lot more.
Yeah.
So in general, your thumb is going to end up somewhere in that cavity, and it doesn't matter if you swing the PSA closer to your thumb or further away from your thumb. You can see this cavity extends all the way across that kind of y-axis line there.
Typically on these high-end weight blocks, Premier Line balls, we're going to see some kind of a slug either on the bottom of the ball, away from the pin, or something by the pin that I know creates a little bit more flare potential. But this is, and I know it's not the first time we've done it, but why did we choose it this time, and how do we get away with that?
In general, the slugs and the internal balls, they're used as performance enhancers, right? Like you just said, we'll put a slug on there, it's a different density, it might be a little bit heavier. We can increase the total diff. A lot of the dynamics is actually built into the shape, and like you hinted to, it's been almost a decade since we've seen a ball that, or a high-end asymmetrical ball with no slug or no internal ball on it.
I know sometimes we make designs that have the top parts bigger and sometimes the other, but this looks fairly even. Is that safe to say or no?
Right, yeah, there's actually, that's kind of the decision-making process, right? When you're trying to establish what RG values you're looking for, what the total diff is, you know, symmetrical, asymmetrical. But ultimately, you are looking at that top to bottom. Do I want the weight evenly distributed top to bottom? We know that there's different effects on ball motion if the top weighs more than the bottom versus having it the other way around. Generally, when it's very even like this, you get a very true roll. And then as you don't have a slug, you don't have any different densities far away from the center, more even and more true roll overall. So I think you're going to see a very consistent type of performance out of this Sentinel core.
You can get the numbers, RG and differential, that stuff on the website and such, but tell us a little bit more about this particular shape. Again, there's no slug, this is just the entire body. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So some of those features that we're highlighting, the biggest one on this Sentinel core is having more of the mass towards the top and wider around the X. So what that actually does is it makes bigger RG bands around the X-axis, which makes this ball extremely driller friendly. So in the orientation that it's sitting right here, the pin is directly on the top. So that would be a 6 3/4 inch pin, right? If this is rotating like this, it's just dead end over end.
Right.
But what you'll notice as we turn this, you still have a lot of heavy mass that's close to where that ball would be rotating around. So even as we get kind of in this orientation, again, dynamic integrity is preserved. You can use a lot of different drillings on this, and the dynamics are already built into this shape with all those dynamic draft angles and everything.
Ball motion, while the core is incredibly important, isn't the only thing, right?
The combination of core and cover is really what's going to translate to what you're going to see on the lane. What we described, like I said, on those numbers, this is a very low RG part, which means it's going to spin up very quickly, very early. It's got a lot of total differential, so that's going to flare quite a bit. That means that more left to right ball motion generally. And then very high intermediate, because we cut in those flats. It's not flat, it's even thinner on this Sentinel core. So very high intermediate means it wants to kind of right itself really quick when it does change direction. But when you combine that with what we've done on this is R2S Deep, a very mild cover, you're going to see still very clean through the front part of the lane, even though this is a lower RG part, but it's not going to want to miss the spot quite as much because of that combination of the core and the cover. And then everything else just kind of comes together as it predictably changes direction off the end of the pattern.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to get out there and give it a shot.
After the shower, do you comb it or do you just? Yeah, my son. It works. My son, he's getting there.
All right, we are back, and we can see one match, sort of,
I don't know. You can.
kind of see.
You got
the
a
other
little
one.
bit of the other one too.
Yeah, we can give you updates on that one.
But
as
these
we
are
have them.
new match. So this is Ewan Esther from Oregon against Dragon Kunkel, who won that close, low-scoring match. But he won it like a champ.
He did.
He was lost, and he got up and doubled in the 10th to win the match.
You know what's funny too? His mom, Dragon's mom, came past because she said she apologized. Dragon had a little bit of a meltdown, which happened.
He did, but he got it together.
He did, and you know what? He runs cross country. Dragon does, and apparently he just did really well in the state competition on Friday night. So his mom's like, Dragon, what are you doing? But
well,
he has a lot of emotions. And,
if he's a cross country, he has endurance in him. So
does.
maybe that helped him at the end of that match.
Yes. And you have to have a mental, not only stamina physically, but mental stamina for cross country.
Yeah. Well,
I
he's
could
got
never do that.
Me neither. He's got a tough one going up against Ewan. And then the match off to the right was the winner of the Henry match, Lewis, taking on the tournament leader, Emerson Hadfield from Utah. And then, so the update for U18, for all of you wondering, and we will have them next match, it looks like. The semifinal will be on 9 and 10, it looks like.
Yeah, you have some updates, right?
So Wade Christensen and Daxton Olsen went 1-1 into the roll-off, a one-shot roll-off, and Wade won that. Brody Chatterton won 2-0 versus Nevaeh Hull. Vincent Jablonski won 2-0 versus Riley McGee. And Luke Brown won 2-0 versus Tyler Clark. There's your update. So now we have Wade taking on Brody and Vincent taking on Luke. Neither match we can see on our cameras because they're on 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So we'll keep you updated.
But you do get your first look at Emerson over there.
He's tall.
Yeah. He is 15. Ewan is 14. I'm not. Dragon, is he 14? He's got to be 14, 15.
I think he's 14. He could be 15.
Right.
I thought he had a birthday, like, when did I see them?
Hang on, I could look up. They were in Reno, right? I could look up our
Oh, he was.
handy dandy.
Yeah, I think actually he had his birthday in August. I'm not positive, but
Y'all, hang on a second. We have a little live.
Blair will
stream
go to
bio.
the Blair Dictionary.
Yes.
The Blair Encyclopedia of Info. You just have to find it.
It's true.
All right, so Ewan has a 9-pin. Can't see the scoreboard. Ewan is leading this game in a big way, but it's a 2-game. He needs to win 2 games, so Dragon can use this game as a little practice. Get relaxed, get a shot for next game. All right, come on. Good spare, Dragon.
Hang tight, everyone. I'm doing a 2-factor authentication. My favorite thing in the entire world.
We're watching. We're watching bowling. Good shot. There you go. To get lined up for next game. Lewis has got a spare to stay clean, so he does. Still in that match. He's about 20 down, but he's clean against Emerson Hadfield. Ewan's got the crazy hair and the super powerful release. Looks like he's having a little bit of trouble on the approach, but he struck.
You know, I think it was right before you got here this morning, I was watching a little bit of the final qualifying, and there was a bowler who stuck and released the ball, but followed the ball down the lane, but managed to not step on the lane. He stepped straight in the gutter on his lane and in the gutter on the next lane.
It's still a foul, right?
It is a
Yeah.
foul, but it was very impressive to see him not only stay on his feet, but also
Not hurt himself.
and not get oil on his shoe. So it was impressive, but
Scary.
It was still a foul, unfortunately. If you do not let go of the ball, it would not have been a foul.
Correct. You could go all the way down through the end of the pit if you didn't let go of the ball. It's not a delivery.
Okay, Mr. Dragon. So this is as of September 9th, so it's pretty recent. He is 13 years old. Go figure. Maybe he had a birthday. He might have had a birthday and turned 14. He's from Sandy, Utah. Bowls at Bonwood.
He's in the famous Pullman family of Utah.
Yes.
Karen Pullman I've known Karen a long time, and she is a great bowler and a fantastic coach. And Mindy Pullman, Troy Pullman. There's a lot of Pullmans here in Utah, and Dragon is one of them.
His high game is 267 at the Idaho Open this year. He had the
Nice.
first 8 strikes for the first time. Pretty cool. Somehow I don't have a bio for Ewan, but I know he's bold. Anyway.
Ewan
not
is
an
a SYC All-American. He was on the All-American team 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
He bowls a good amount of the SYC events, so we know him, and we've seen him
Grow.
get taller and
His hair get
more
bigger.
powerful.
Oh, tough break.
That's another Henry Mann 710 right there.
That is.
Well, it's not going to hurt him. He's already won this game, so he's okay. Maybe he can bounce it out for the crowd. Blair, what do you think? He throws it hard.
He could totally
There
bounce
are
it.
pins that bounce around here, so I'm going to say he picks it up.
I like that. Oh, good angle.
Oh, well.
No bouncing. So Ewan has 206 in the 9th.
He's won that first game. The
Yes.
best Dragon can shoot. I can't see it, but he's won. Ewan has won, and it looks like Emerson has a large lead down there on 17 and 18.
We will have to ask Mr. Sleds. Mike Sleds, of course, is running the tournament this weekend. He's a great friend of ours, and we work with him. Well, you work with him directly for the PBA Junior affiliate. For
They're
the
a good
SYC.
partner with
Yeah.
with us and our events, and they supply our SYC PBA Junior Never Give Up scholarship.
So, and he balances. He's the director of membership for the PBA. I'm sorry, for
Bolero.
Bolero.
Yep. He
And
does a
then-
little bit of everything.
yeah, he does.
He's a guest star this weekend, though, because the regional director had a commitment. So he flew in from Illinois
Yep.
and is running the tournament all by himself this weekend. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask him when this match is over if he has some quick facts on the. I just want to know if anyone has a PBA Junior title already. That
I think
maybe is
Brody
in the-
Chatterton does. I think.
Yeah,
I'm not positive.
I would. I wonder if Ewan does, because Ewan's bowled some regionals in this area, and I want to say he made it to the nationals one year. I don't know if I don't think he won, but
We will find out.
Yeah, we got to get some facts
We will find out.
when we get down to the finals.
So this is a semifinal match, right? Because we're going from 4 to 2. So, and we will have them in front of us, right, Blair?
Yes, yeah. So the finals are the reason the cameras look a little wonky right now. If you're watching, you're like, "What are you live streaming?" We are set up for the final match. The finals will be on 11 and 12 for the U18 boys, and 15 and 16 for the U15. I'm not boys. U18 mixed, U15 mixed.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna move that camera a little bit that you're watching right now, and it'll be right straight on the match. And we got a camera set up on 11 and 12, so
And
hang on.
That's
hang on,
coming up
folks.
after this match. So these are the semifinal matches. The winners of each of these will be in the final match.
Yes.
I cannot see the Vincent match.
can't
I
at
can
all
see the
either.
Brody and Wade match.
I can see Vincent has some open frames, but that's all I can see. I can't see the other.
The Brody and Wade match is close with a slight lead going to Brody. But, and then Vincent is bowling Luke, and I cannot see Luke's score, so.
Tell you what,
Brody with the big shot.
H5G is a sponsor of PBA Junior, and there are some cool designs out there.
There's quite a few PBA Junior jerseys this weekend.
Yeah. Shout out to our friends over at H5G.
So Ewan has won the first game, but that doesn't mean anything because Dragon could win this game and they could go to a 1-ball roll-off. And down on 17 and 18, Emerson has won game 1 over Lewis.
And of course, we are still in the same format where it's whoever wins 2 games
Is a winner.
Is
if
a
they go
winner.
1-1, they have a 1-ball roll-off.
Right.
Which only one match out of the first 8 matches went to a 1-ball roll-off.
Dragon's match was close.
Yep.
It could have. Although Dragon just came back in the end. Like you said, like a pro.
Like a long-distance runner.
Huh.
That he is.
Yes.
Got any questions from the chat?
We have no questions. Phyllis is watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in.
Good shot by Ewan. Ewan came down all the way from Portland, Oregon.
That's awesome.
Him and his mom. There's Wade. Good shot by Wade. Now, Wade and Luke's match is really close.
It is.
So.
Anything could happen.
And they are a little slower. Uh-oh.
That wasn't good. We lost a camera, folks. Hold on, everyone.
Technical difficulties.
Blair hit the cord.
We're only human. It happens.
Okay, it'll come back in 5 seconds, everyone. Hang tight, hang tight. All right.
No, that was way quicker than 5 seconds, Blair.
Oh. Okay, don't kick the cord, Blair.
Do you want me to tape that down nicely? We taped every other cord down.
I trusted myself. Apparently, I didn't need, or I shouldn't have. There's a question on the Lewis-Emerson match. It looks like
Emerson won game 1.
yes, but nothing.
I cannot tell you the score because it's far away.
But you know what? Emerson was striking a little more than Lewis in that first match, but
we know Lewis can strike.
He
He bowled
totally
240
can.
on the first game of the first match.
and would have won anything, any match.
Dragon, good shot.
Good shot by Mr.
That was
Dragon.
an awesome shot.
Dragon's like, I'm not done yet.
Don't count me out. Kind of a fun format.
Yes. Anything can happen. I like it.
Dragon's throwing 1 ball on one lane and 1 ball on another. So this pair is probably playing a little different. And again, we bowl a lot of our Utah tournaments in this bowling center, and it is not the easiest bowling center lane play-wise.
It's very tricky.
Like, I know that this is a PBA pattern, but even like our Storm Employee League bowls here on Wednesday nights, and the lanes are always tricky.
Yeah.
So.
Of course, the Storm Utah Open normally is here,
held here. Yep.
but I've heard it may be making a location change this year.
Ooh, you heard it here first.
Yeah, I won't spoil it for the Utah Open because they should make their own announcement. But I have heard
Is it staying in Utah?
it's still in Utah. How would the Storm Utah Open move? It can't move.
Well, we have a lot of great bowling centers here in Utah. Maybe it'll move down to Salt Lake and Bonwood Bowl. That's a bigger bowling center.
I think that would be a very good hint.
Yeah.
Because it's.
That's the only one
yeah.
I would know. I mean, we have Davis Lanes.
Of course, this Sparetime has 32 lanes, which is great. But
there's only one bigger center, and that's
yeah.
Bonwood. So maybe the popularity
But-
Oh, big split.
But if you are in the, Northwest area, the Uzelac tournament, which is a great series, it's coming here in a few weeks. That was another one that was
Nice.
sneaking on in. We should go bowl.
I would like to do that. When is that, Blair?
Probably a week we're gone.
Probably. Darn it.
I don't know. Maybe we could find a flyer.
All right, so Ewan opened on that last, right? Yeah, he missed
did
a
open.
7-pin, and now, so he's given Dragon a chance. I can see the Wade and Brody match, and I will have that score. They are starting in the 10th frame, so Brody is leading by 5.
Yeah.
And they both have a spare going into the 10th. So whoever scores more in the 10th pretty much wins. Wade can put some pressure on Brody because Wade is finishing first. For all you Wade and Brody fans. Ooh, well, if you're a Wade fan, he just left the 2-4-8-10. Now, we did see someone, Vincent, pick that up the last round. So he needs to spare it to stay alive.
It could happen.
It's a makeable spare.
Freaking myself out. I hit the cord again. I'm moving it. Oh my goodness. Look at that leaf by Dragon.
I have never seen that.
I
The 2-4-5-7-10.
Wow.
Dragon, spare that up. It's makeable. Spare it up.
He's going for it. Oh, good try. Wow.
That must have been a bad rack.
I
Something.
watched the
I've
ball
never
hit.
seen that before.
It deflected to the right, but still, that was unbelievable.
All right, Brody destruct. So Brody took game 1 from Wade. I do not know Luke. I don't know if Luke
I can't see.
or Vincent won that first game.
Let me take my headset off, and I'll be right back.
Blair, roving reporter, go get it for us. All right, Ewan's gone high on that shot. There's been no re-oil, so these are just bowling match after match. So these lanes are probably getting a little funky, a little tricky. Blair, what you got?
So Vincent lost that. He was on a double going into the 10th.
So game 1 went to Luke.
Yeah, game 1 went to Luke. Vincent had a chance, but then his ball just kind of
All right.
didn't have enough energy left.
Luke and Brody won game 1.
Yes.
Ewan and Emerson won. But Ewan is having a little trouble this game. He's given Dragon a chance. So Ewan covers up the 3-6-10.
I do like what Vincent just did there in that match based on what their format is, right? So Vincent lost. And instead of going for a pin in that he left a split, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of going for a pin, he chose to make a ball change and throw another strike shot.
Take advantage of the free
Right?
shot.
Great.
For sure.
Very smart play.
Practice shot.
Because
Doesn't
anything
matter.
can happen. It's not total pins. So why not just go for another shot?
All right, Ewan had threw a great shot and left a solid 9. Covers it up. And Dragon's going to try to get back in this match.
What's the Lewis Emerson update? Did you give that one?
Yeah, Emerson won game 1, and he is leading game 2 by 30. So Emerson, at the halfway point of game 2, looks to be going to the championship unless Lewis gets something going.
shot by Dragon.
Two good shots. Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
Can I give another shout out to Sparetime? You can't see this on camera, but at some point maybe I will show you. They decorated for Halloween. It's so sweet. They have little webs and ghosts. And do you know, it was on the news that Utah is the #1 state for Halloween decorations. We are rated #1.
Yeah, my neighborhood, they've got like giant skeletons on a lot of houses.
They go all
like
out.
full on. Like, where do they put all these decorations? Like, where do they store them when it's not October?
There's one house on my way to your house that they've been working on their decorations for 2 weekends at least. I mean, it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, I like when bowling center. They like not only do they just decorate the front desk, they decorate every pillar
the
in this
pillars.
bowling
Yeah.
center.
That's good.
Yeah. Good shot by Luke down there in the U18. See if. Oh, you know what? Vincent and Luke both have a double to start that match.
Okay.
That one's going to be close.
So Ewan is not getting his hits. He's close. Now there's Deadwood on 13. I'm going to call that in. Deadwood on 13.
They're on it. They already called it back. They got this.
Super
I'm telling
staff.
you.
Super staff.
Spare time's where it's at. Although,
Emerson.
unfortunately, it looks like, oh, there's another Deadwood. There's 2 Deadwood at the moment. Lane 7
Please
and lane
hold.
13.
There's only one mechanic.
Yes.
So Emerson is strike, spare, strike, spare, spare, strike. And he has a 36-pin lead over Lewis. It's looking like Emerson is going to the championship match down here. Possibly against Ewan.
Man, Brody Chatterton just threw a huge strike. Huge because it just was like 10 back. He's throwing the new Eternity Pie, and he's making me want it. I want that ball now. Shout out to our friends at 900 Global.
All right, Ewan covers it up
spare.
that time. He's had a little. He was striking so much he forgot how to pick up spares. He missed a couple, but now, so he's got one. Well, he's got about a 20-pin lead over Dragon. So Dragon's going to need to put a couple strikes together, which his last 2 shots were good and very close. There you go. All right.
Liam, we get to talk about your jersey again. Caitlin Abagania says, "Go Niners."
That's right, Abaganyas. Let's do this tonight. It's okay that I'm working today because my game is not until tonight.
That's true.
All right, Dragon. Big double. Way to go. That was tremendous shots right there.
I'm pulling for the Niners because I have a little.
Blair, you better be pulling for the Niners.
Well, I am. I'm
You're
a
my
Niners
friend.
fan. I am a Niners fan. Calm down, everyone in the chat. Don't jump on
Your
me.
Buckeyes won yesterday.
They did. It was great. I was only a little nervous, but my puppy, Bosa, he has a little bet with our neighbor who's a Cowboys fan,
Boo.
and if we win, being the Niners,
Yes.
Bosa gets to pose with our neighbor friend in a little 49ers
Nice.
post and jersey t-shirt option.
Nice.
Now, if we lose, I
We're
have to
not
wear
going
a
to
Cowboys
lose.
jersey.
We are
so
not
let's
going
not
to
lose
lose.
because I don't want to wear a Cowboys jersey. No offense to any of the Cowboys fans out there.
All right, Ewan posted a strike right back to Dragon. And if he strikes here, he's still got a 20-pin lead. That looks like a good shot.
Really good shot.
All right, big double for both of them.
I like the Ewan doesn't do the hair flip. He does the pull back of the hair.
He's got the crazy hair, that's for sure.
Colby is saying, "Let's go Wade." We got some Wade fans. Let me see this
So
match.
Ewan's
down
in
here.
his 10th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Vincent, stone
So
8.
Vincent has a double, spare, and then the stone 8, unfortunately. Now, his opponent, double open. So still close down there.
So I think Ewan just closed out his match against Dragon. So I think Ewan and Emerson. Yeah, it's Ewan and Emerson for the final in the U15.
So we will have another little commercial break for anyone who's hanging around. But don't go anywhere because we got the finals coming. Although we may have a little extended break. U18 boys are a little more intentional in their deliveries.
That's true.
They're taking a little extra time.
Yeah, and plus they're bowling right next to
each
each other. So there's more courtesy. These guys have a pair in between them. So, all right. So Brody started off with a turkey, and he won game 1. So he's not wanting this to go to a roll off.
No, he's not. Oh my goodness.
Solid 9.
8 pin.
3 in a
9
row.
pin.
Solid 9.
Jeez,
There's some bad breaks out there, but he's still in the lead.
That's what we were talking about earlier. It's tricky. This bowling center, you could throw a fantastic shot, and it's like, nope, sorry, try again.
Covers it up.
All right, so we are going to watch Dragon finish his frame. Man, he is a 10th frame bowler.
He finished out like a champ. What did Ewan bowl?
He bowled a 192.
And Dragon's got a 182.
Yeah.
With the strike. So close match. Good
Great
finish by Dragon.
Great tournament for Dragon. Great tournament for Mr.
Cloud.
Yes.
Yep. Emerson Hadfield.
We need to go talk to Mr. Cloud and see why he hasn't bowled in SYC.
Good finish, Dragon.
All right. So we're going to take a break again. Hang tight. We're
Championship match coming back up.
Yeah. We'll get some cameras set up, and we will be here. So don't go anywhere.
You know, you have a lot of variables in the sport of bowling. The bowler, delivers speed, rotation, rev rate, axis tilt. And then he gets on a lane condition that has variable amounts of oil in variable parts of the lane. So there are a lot of variables that you have. Now let's throw the human element into that too. So the human element is we're not perfect. And there's some of us that think we are, but definitely we aren't. With this AI technology, we're trying to give you that hit, trying to give you that double in the 10th to get you that success you're looking for. So in the path of bowling, I mean, we've been put in parameters by our governing body. It says you can only make an RG so low and a differential so high. So the tolerance is to do that, and that window we have is sometimes can feel kind of small. How can we push that limit but stay within the parameters that have been given to us?
Translated to be a little bit heavier than the
Is that the 1 sim we're working on?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And the other one, the symmetric one, it came out right on.
Okay. We've pushed the envelopes of weight block technology, and we've pushed the envelopes and things that we can control in RGs and diffs, and where those balls kind of try to get off axis and try to get into those phases of ball motion. And those things have, been like revolutionary in a lot of different tours, to the recreational player, to the greatest players in the world. We wanted to try something different, and we wanted to kind of think a little bit differently than what we've done in the past. We've had two-piece bowling balls that came about, and then we went from the two-piece technology where we had a weight block and a cover stock wrapped around it. We went back to having a weight block with a lighter density wrap and then the shell around it. Going down that road, we've made them smaller, they've been a little bit bigger, but we've never really done some differences in the shape and design of it as far as the actual geometry of it. And AI technology and this faceted core is so unique and different. In all the studies and things we've done, you start looking in other sports about percussion and rebounds and energy impacts and displacement of that energy across. So then it made us start to think, man, is there something we can do in the core technology itself? So can we go away from a round core technology to an AI technology using facets? AI technology has allowed us some unique things. It's allowed us to be able to adjust RGs and differentials even more. It's allowed us to do differences in design and development because of the facets and the surface areas that we create. And we know that at some point there's a magic spot that strikes all the time. It doesn't matter if it's a 14-pound ball through a 16-pound ball and a certain amount of angle, they strike a lot. But we started to notice the periphery. We started to notice those light pocket, bigger offsets, kind of those late pockets. And is there a point at which we can transfer the energy differently? We've created cores that rev up faster, that if you don't quite catch it, it'll help you. They've been stronger asymmetry. PSAs that spun up faster. RGs that were lower, diffs that were higher. So now, I've done these things, but how can I help in that last little bit of the equation when the ball in that moment of truth, you don't quite catch it and it's a little light in the pocket, or if I'm a little bit maybe higher in the pocket, when it starts to hit the pins, can I give it that one hit? Can I give it that 3 to 5%? It doesn't seem like a lot, but now spread that over bowling an entire season. Let's say it's 36 weeks and you're bowling all those games. All of a sudden that starts to add up. The energy transfer is a little bit different. So if I can give you both sides of it, we can get you a little bit more. Boy, that's the advantage we're looking for. And that going down this AI technology, we've found that we've created that little bit of difference.
You either have the big mass and you kind of cut away from it, or you start extruding things from basically nothing. And your goal is kind of, do I want these holes to hit certain areas,
Right.
or do I want the holes to avoid certain?
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is it's like you create asymmetry by the part itself, and you create those cuts and voids you're talking about by making those cuts in the weight blocks in strategic places along x-axis, y-axis, so that when you do turn it, tilt it offline, tilt it off axis, you're not really affecting it by putting the holes in it, by finger holes and thumb holes. So the voids that go into the ball, you've already created dynamic integrity pre-drilling, and it maintains pretty much closer to that same dynamic integrity after drilling. And there's other parts that we've done over the years that have been, we've built it a certain way knowing that you're going to drill into a certain section of that weight block closer to the Y to increase the intermediate a little bit, so that those are manipulated after drilling. So there's pre-numbers and post-numbers, and those are dramatically different. And the Sentinel falls in that category of, we were trying to create dynamic integrity before and maintain as much dynamic integrity after drilling.
Sorry. All right, we are back.
It's championship match time.
It is time. You get to see the U18 boys, and they're starting. There is no
practice.
no practice.
They
And
go
I have
right
this
in.
a little reverse. Let me fix this because U18 is here. And U15.
Yeah,
is
so we have
here.
Vincent Jablonski from West Valley City, Utah, going against Brody Chatterton from Nampa, Idaho. And then in the U15 boys, we have Ewan Esther from Oregon going against Emerson Hatfield from Utah. Should be good matches on both divisions.
Yeah, and we have this frame where we can see both. We will show that a little bit, and then we also will show a little close up on each of the matches as we get into it.
So both these guys, Brody just bowled 269 to close out his match, and Vincent won in a roll-off.
Yeah, tight
Excuse me.
tight matches
One
here.
ball roll-off. And Ewan and Emerson have been sitting for about 15 minutes because they finished their matches early. And 11 and 12 has not been bowled on, and they did not get practice. So a slight disadvantage, and hopefully they figure it out. But neither one of them have bowled on this pair, so. Oh, good shot by Emerson. 4-pin just slid over. We'll get that scoring unit fixed. Yeah. Mechanic will get on that. Brody covers it up.
All right, so we'll get a little closer look as we wait for 15 and 16 to get a little. Oh, they're already going the correction, but they're making a little score change.
Oh.
Mr. Vincent, who you mentioned won in that one ball roll off.
Yeah.
Very tight match there. Great shot by Vincent.
He's got a good look. And an early lead against Brody. So Emerson missed his 4-pin, so he needs to shake that off. And Ewan started with a double, so we've got some early leads in both matches.
All right, Vincent on a double here. Stepping up on lane 12. He really did get lined up at the end of, it was kind of after that first game. He threw that shot when he left the split, took an extra advantage of a strike ball, and then he just kind of went forward in the second match, struck in his one ball roll-off, really kind of changed his momentum around. See Ewan here. He's on a double as well.
Good shot.
Walks it out. I'm telling you, these kids are like mini pros. It's amazing.
Vincent. Oh,
Whew.
barely covers it up.
He was a little nervous there.
Let's see if Brody will make a couple of adjustments based on his first 2 shots. This pair just looks a little tighter. Hasn't been bowled on, so we don't have as many games.
Absolutely.
He was totally locked in on 7 and 8 and shot 2 huge games, and this pair's just a little tighter. So he might be able to just slow it down a little bit and roll it a little more. His speed's amped up from the other pair. He's throwing it really firm.
Good shot by Emerson. He strikes. These guys are striking.
Ooh, good spare. All right.
It's a tough one. Good cover. I like that all of these bowlers are using chamois to clean off their equipment.
Got to maintain. Oh, 6, 7, 10 for Emerson. I just think if Brody could just slow it down a little bit and just give it a little finesse.
I thought he was
It's
going to.
really firm.
On that shot, I actually thought he was going to slow it down, but he did not.
I mean,
It's so close.
The register says he threw that 25 miles an hour. Maybe get it closer to 20. I mean, he's got
I could throw it
really
25
direct
miles an hour.
Well, he was crushing him on the
He
last
was.
match, but he needed the speed, so he just needs to like let the ball roll a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right because it is the right shape and everything. Okay, let's see what Ewan does over here. He's on a 4-bagger. No problem.
Crush him. 10 back.
Ewan's like, I'm good.
Vincent with the good luck. The ball's reading the lane perfectly. Ewan. A little quick. Wash out.
Oh, man. I think you're right. This pair is just a tad bit tighter. I mean,
Well, it hasn't been bowled
yeah.
on, and they bowled 2 matches on the other pair, so it's just going back a few games.
So Mike Sleds, who is running this tournament this weekend, he is doing a final check just to make sure that we have the right PBA junior titles. We believe Brody has a PBA junior title.
That's what I thought.
But
I thought he won one recently.
Other than that, none of these bowlers have a title yet.
Well, then we're going to have at least one new champion,
Yes.
right? Brody could repeat. He's definitely not out of it yet with the format. Emerson is very deep in pins on that one, so maybe he can just get lined up for game 2.
Yep.
Same as Brody here, just a little quick.
He's not catching your mental message to him.
Yeah, I'm whispering it, but he either needs a ball change or something that picks up a little sooner, or he needs to let that ball roll.
Right, and that ball, the Eternity Pie is a big ball, so it should be picking up at the right part of the lane, and it looks like it is, but I think you're right, that speed.
Maybe just a little finesse on his part. As Del Ballard says, be nice to it.
Absolutely.
Be nice to it.
Let's talk about PBA Junior membership for a second. So any youth player under the age of 18 can become a PBA Junior member. And with that, you get a choice of a jersey each year, I believe. One of the PBA Junior jerseys like Brody's wearing, which I think that one is super sharp. H5G, of course, is the official partner of PBA Junior. You also get some emails, tips, that kind of thing. And then you get a discount on all the tournaments. Yep, the PBA Junior Regionals. And they have some exciting news coming for next season. If you aren't a PBA Junior member, you should look at joining that program. And then, of course, there are also all the PBA Junior affiliates all across the country. Tournaments can become a PBA Junior affiliate. The SYC that Storm organizes is, of course,
so if you are a PBA Junior member and you bowl in regional tournaments or national ones like the SYC, but the San Antonio tournament, the tournaments
GYBT,
around the country, EYT, there's many PBA Junior affiliates, and you also get points, which make you eligible for awards within the PBA Junior.
Yeah, more scholarship.
Yeah, so a big benefit to be a member of the PBA Junior.
And we do a SYC PBA Junior Major every year, where if you are a PBA Junior member and you win the SYC, you also get a PBA Junior title.
And double points.
Correct. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know why you wouldn't be a PBA Junior member if you were a youth bowler.
And it's not very expensive.
Yeah.
All right, so Brody changed balls. Didn't really work.
Okay.
I think he just brought out 2 other ones. So he's
trying to figure
using
it
the
out.
last 4 frames of this match, of this game, to get lined up for next game.
That's what I would do if I were him.
And
because even though Vincent opened here, he still has a very large lead.
yeah, he's up by 35 pins.
Yeah.
And Emerson is probably doing the same, trying to get lined up, and that's a good shot by him. I think he just made a ball change. Looks like to be a different color. It's a little far away, but... And so, 155, Emerson is still down by at least 24 if he doubles. So
Brody has 3 PBA Junior titles.
Awesome.
He won in Mesa, Arizona in 2021, Lake Forest, California, which was the PBA Junior qualifier, in August of 2022, and then he won this event last year.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
so he's got 3.
Yep.
So he's the favorite.
He is the favorite.
So no pressure, but he needs to get lined up for next game. Give it a
does.
run for title number 4. So Vincent doesn't look comfortable the last 2 shots. So
No. The lane's changed on him.
But let's get lined up for game 2. Not over yet. Start over.
Yep, he does a little stopping.
Yeah, so Ewan has taken game 1 in the U15 division as they finish out the 9th and 10th. No chance for Emerson to come back in that game, but he's got game 2 to give it a run. And then Brody's just going to make a ball change and try to get lined up. Not sure what ball that is. Too much hook. So he's got not enough hook with the other one and too much. It's not looking good for him. A little over under.
Nice shot by Ewan. Let's show Ewan down here.
let's do a little close up on Mr. Ewan as he finishes off. He's bowling 2-teen. Emerson's best is 170.
Brody picks up his fair.
Trying a different ball. Gonna try something else.
Leanne's saying, try speed, right?
Well, I think, yeah, he's going back to the pie.
Yeah.
So
make a little hand adjustment or speed. Nice shot by Ewan. Yeah, let's come back over to Brody. Let's see if he makes a. Oh, that looked a little slower. Wow, gets it. He moved right though. It looked like.
Yeah.
Moved right and maybe slowed it down a touch.
So he tried the infinite. That's
It
what
looked
that
24.5 miles per hour.
Didn't look any slower.
It was 1 mile.
I don't know. Well, he's got 2 frames to get something figured out. Maybe put a little pressure on Vincent. Let's see if Vincent can recover from 2 splits.
And he does. Good shot by Vincent. Ewan down there finishes a turkey 225. Yeah. Emerson's just going to find
get something going, Emerson.
Yeah.
He had a lot of these matches that
Emerson
turned back around, so he gets something going. He can start off good in game 2.
You know, a great example of the modern game, all of these players are two-handed.
4 through the middle.
Which I think often happens in PBA Junior. Not 4. Not 4 through the middle. I don't think that often.
Two-handed.
Yes. A complete two-handed final.
Yep.
Have you ever tried bowling two-handed, Leanne?
No.
A shot by Vincent.
So I like Vincent's ball reaction. He's got a little right. Ball's still kind of going through the pins, kicking out. His corners are a little suspect, so like that one. He's left a few 7s, but I still like his reaction over Brody's right now. So let's see if Brody can.
Was not slower.
No, that looked great.
Good shot.
Oh, that looked good. There you go.
Oh, it was slower. 20 miles.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was close because his
Yeah.
other shots were very close.
Yeah.
He just needed to let the ball roll a little bit. So I don't know if he changed his hand position a little bit but that was much better. And I think if he could duplicate that on the right lane, maybe he'll have a little confidence going into. I do think this lane hooks a little bit more. Just watching both reactions. Well, that was not a good shot.
Oh dear.
And now he's not going to get a freebie. So maybe if he can pick this up, he might get a free shot because that's not going to help him.
He might take the Vincent strategy of just throwing a shot though.
He needs something like that one. He threw
No,
out the
he's
window.
Picking up the
he
pie,
got it.
so
He got it to the right.
He's gonna go for it.
Well, if he could spare it, he'd get a free shot for practice for game 2.
Good.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna sneak over to this Ewan shot here. So Emerson stepped up and threw a strike the first frame. Ewan did not. But Ewan won the first game.
it's not over.
Nope.
I don't even count Brody out, even with his bad ball reaction. I don't count him out.
Let's check out Mr. Vincent. I've looked a little in.
Definitely got it in. He doesn't need it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt him. He's won game 1 already. He just needs to spare it up, make a good shot, and get comfy going into the game 2.
We got a fan of Ewan in the chat. Lori wanted to know, is Luke Brown still bowling? Unfortunately, Luke lost to Vincent in a 1-ball roll-off.
Yeah, so he finished in the 3rd and 4th. He bowled really good this weekend.
Ewan's lost his look a little. He's could spare by Vincent. Safe. Although in this format, the pins don't quite matter, but he wanted that fill ball. He wants to get a chance to try something.
So Ewan has had two rough starts, 2 first frames. Hopefully he covers it up. The 3-6-9-10 is not easy. So he misses it, and Emerson has a good chance to get a good lead on game 2.
Yeah. Let's go back
Looks
to
like
Vincent.
Vincent is throwing a different ball, getting a little, nope, same ball. He's got a little right. Good shot.
Good shot.
So his reaction is definitely better than Brody's,
Absolutely.
but that's not saying anything because
It could change.
definitely could change.
Good
Emerson
shot
with
by
the big
Emerson.
double.
Man, see, that's what I mean. Like
Not out of it.
Emerson last game did not have a great start to the game. Didn't give up, and now look at.
Well, we've seen
It
a
has
couple
switched.
matches, and it happens. So it could go 1-1, and we could have a couple roll-offs. What are you rooting for?
Roll-offs for a live stream, right?
So exciting.
Yeah, I think everyone in the chat would be too.
So, let's see Brody. So he hasn't had he did get lined up on lane 11, but lane 12 he has had a lot of trouble with. So let's see if he can start off good. Emerson over there with the
struck.
turkey.
Yep.
Big early lead for Emerson.
Brody did not like it off his hand. Got it left.
9 spare will be a good start.
No kidding.
No split, out of trouble.
See what Ewan can do here, because Ewan has not had much luck the first 2 frames. Better shot.
Good
Strike.
shot. He rolled it. I think he was a little quick on his first shot.
Uh-oh. Oh, never mind.
Spare ball.
Never mind. Just kidding. No, uh-oh.
He looks a little discouraged. Ewan has lost his mojo.
Good shot by Vincent.
Vincent's got the finesse working.
Ewan can pick this up, though.
Totally.
Let's see what he does. Man. Again, this is what we talk about, right? Like
Emerson is saying thank you
yeah.
right now. He's like, thank you for that. In other news, Pittsburgh beats Baltimore 17-10.
Is that who you picked to win?
I'm not sure I picked them. I think I'm 0-3 right now on my games. Emerson 10 pin. All right. Spare it up. Stay clean.
Vincent here. Going for a double.
Got it a little right.
Did not like it.
All right.
Not bad though. You want to leave something makeable. That is makeable. Nice spare by Emerson there. Going back to our both screens. Got a little look at both matches. The U15 is a little bit ahead of the U18 boys. So we will see the conclusion of that match.
Mm. 2-8.
Still has a very large lead. Good spare by Vincent. Now, of course, we don't know what's going through these young men's minds either. As we said, Brody's the only one that has a PBA junior title. So now it's becoming real for Vincent and Ewan, right? If you win the first game, you're like, I'm getting closer. Got to keep that mental in check, the mental game.
Out of trouble on that one. Not really a great shot, but 9 spare. We'll keep him in it. I mean, Brody has a striking machine when he's lined up. I just feel like he's just really not feeling like he has any room out there.
He just asked for his phase 2 from his dad. That's the next ball.
I thought he threw that in game 1. I thought it hooked like a ton, but I mean, he bowled like 250, 260 on the semifinal match. He's going to go to his phase 2.
Go into phase 2.
Maybe move a little left.
Ewan here on lane 16. Man. Called baby split for Ewan.
Oh, another good break.
Trouble.
So he's got 3 good breaks. 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare.
I didn't hate that ball reaction, though. Could make a little move. Seems to me like Brody wants to throw it fast. So he's trying to find a ball where he can throw it fast. Because I think the Eternity Pie, if he did slow down, would be the right ball. But that might not be his A game. And he might want to find something to get to his A game.
Yeah. Well, to me, it looks like the U15 we're going to go to the 1-ball roll-off when that game's over because
it does look as
Ewan can't put anything together after that great first game. And Emerson looking pretty solid. But you can't. It's both Ewan and Brody are like striking machines, so they just need to be lined up. Oh, great shot by Vincent.
Man.
Oh, that was a terrible break.
I heard someone watching behind us. That should have gone down. I agree.
That was a great shot.
I agree with you.
That was an amazing shot.
Yeah.
Spare it up, though. He's 1 game 1. You just need to hang right in there.
See if Ewan can pick up this 3-6-10. Man, Ewan is just having a little bit of nothing.
I feel for Ewan. I've done that before.
Yeah.
Have a great game and have everything fall apart. And you're like, wait, it's like time out. They need a timeout.
Yeah, he does need
Ewan
a TV
needs a
timeout.
He's probably just going, what the heck?
Yeah.
I mean, he might not break 100 this game. And he just bowled 220.
And he is a fantastic bowler. He's just having a little bit of a rough go.
Well, when you're a big hook, big strike ball, when it's off, it could really,
Yeah.
So
he'll
get it together.
I mean, the great Del Ballard always says, spares. But when
he's not leaving
6s.
Yeah. All right.
That
Good cover by Vincent.
You have to really work.
So Emerson just cover up. Yep. So Emerson pretty sure is going to win game 2, and they're going to be 1-1.
Yeah, Emerson would have to have the wheels really fall off, which is not out of the question. But
I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's throwing it good. He's got a decent shot to the pocket.
Good shot. Yeah, really solid. Good shot, Emerson. And kudos to Emerson for not giving up that first game and figuring it out.
Well, all you got to do is watch these matches. Yeah. It's been like game 1 and then game 2. I mean, anything can happen.
Vincent came back in his last match.
Yep.
He was down in game 1 and figured it out, got to a 1-ball roll-off.
Yep. So Vincent definitely has a better reaction. So Ewan just changed balls and got a strike. Good shot. So Ewan is just getting lined up for the roll-off.
Right.
Now, Brody can get in this to still win game 2. He went back to the pie.
Oh, maybe he'll do...
So, you know what? I like the pie on that lane.
Yeah. 1 ball on each lane, because I was not... The phase 2 on lane 12 looked okay.
You can amp it up.
Yeah. I really think he wants to throw it fast. I don't see him wanting to slow down.
Let's see what he does on the right lane. Going back to the pie. Ewan's reaction is all gone.
Yes.
I feel bad for him.
I do
but
too.
He's not out of it.
And you know what? He's holding it together, just showing his mental strength.
That's a better shot.
Whoa.
Nope. Oh,
but
what a break.
He did not throw the phase 2.
You got a great break going Brooklyn. Yeah.
I'm officially confused. Brody.
Oh, great spare by Ewan. Yeah. All right. Well, Brody with some life, with a little bit of luck, trying to keep him in it. And Vincent on a strike, so he could keep the match close with a double. It's so quiet in here.
It is so quiet. Good shot.
It's a good shot.
Really good shot.
No 8-pin on that shot.
Nope.
Even though it kind of was the last one to go down. So that was a great shot.
Emerson also struck.
So Emerson is going to win game 2, and they are going to go, and that's going to be done before this one.
Yes.
So we're going to have some excitement.
Yeah, I might have to make a new frame that shows the U15 big and U18 small because
they're going to be doing their one-shot roll-off.
And this is still pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't want to make people...
Right now, Emerson totally has the momentum. There's a lot of parents here watching, too. A lot of moms and dads are... I'm nervous for the kids, so I'm sure the moms and dads are nervous.
I can't imagine watching your young bowler go for their dream, a PBA title, a PBA junior title, but
yeah, still. Yeah, and these kids are the best in our region up here.
Absolutely.
Needs a hook a little bit. Ah, good mixer. He's got really good ball reaction. He's got the light hits. He's got the ball stopping in the pocket. The good other hits.
Okay, we will have
it's close.
When we go into this one ball roll off, we'll have a big U15 frame for those watching and little U18 because I don't want you guys to miss anything in that match, but we definitely want to see who wins.
It's a good shot by Brody. This match is super close. Ewan is lost over there. His ball reaction is gone. And although it doesn't matter what he bowled this game, he lost, but he just needs to find some sort of reaction for the roll-off. He's probably not going to get a free shot in the 10th, so all right. So Emerson's taking game 2, and there will be a roll-off soon. And we got a little missing a pin on lane 12. So we're going to get a...
Well, and the thing about it is they both are going for their first PBA junior title ever in the U15.
So we're going to have the winner of U15 before we even know who's... This match has had a little... They are dead even in this match.
Dead even, yeah.
One pin to... Let's see if Brody can keep the pressure on Vincent and stay in the match. This is not his good lane.
That was a really
he made
good
a great shot too.
That was.
He rolled that one.
Emerson here.
All right, so 220, and he takes. So they're 1-1, go into a roll off. Brody needs to cover this up,
which he does.
Nope.
No. Oh, just kidding. He does
missed
not.
it. That is going to cost him. That is a.
That's a big. Yeah.
That's a rough error right there.
All right, so we are getting ready for the roll off for the U15.
Who's going to go first?
I think the higher seed, so it probably would be Emerson,
has
right?
The high, he might have the choice.
Oh yeah.
I think he should go first.
I always wanted to go first. Always.
I wonder if he gets to pick the lane. All right, Emerson's going first.
We got someone in the chat cheering on Ewan, LC, watching on YouTube.
All right, so Emerson's going to go first on lane 15 and post the score for Ewan to beat. I actually didn't really like the format, but now I kind of do.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's good for live stream. Vincent sticks.
Emerson struck.
All right, so Emerson here.
So he cannot lose.
Nope. Ewan must strike.
So Ewan must strike to stay in it.
Now, Ewan has been in pressure situations before. He's a great player.
His reaction is not optimum right now. He's taking his time though. That's good because
Yeah.
Vincent just got up, so he's going to wait for Vincent to shoot a spare, which is good. And then he's going to get up there and give it his best. All right, Ewan, let's see if he can take it to frame 2.
Oh.
No, Emerson is the winner of the U15.
Congratulations to Mr. Emerson.
Well, he was the tournament leader after qualifying, so congratulations to Emerson.
Gets his first PBA junior title.
And great bowl into Ewan. He ran into the lanes changing and just totally lost his shot. We know he had it. He bowled so good in his first 2 matches.
Absolutely.
But a hug from Mom and Dad.
Sweet.
Vincent taking his time. That's good. Get a little distracted.
It is always tough when one match ends and there's a little bit of, they want to cheer.
Oh, he gets another hug from Dad. Good for him. All right. Good job, kid. All right, so this match is still close, even though Vincent's up by about 12. Well, that's not a good
right
shot.
at target.
Oh, good break. I got a good break. Relatively easy spare, no split.
Yep.
Brody does have one positive thing. He gets to finish on the left lane. So he's only got one more shot on his crummy right lane.
We have all the Emerson fans coming in saying, go Ems.
Well, he won. So you guys should all be saying, good job, Em.
Yeah.
He's happy over there.
He is. He's smiling.
He's sitting down, relaxing. He should be taking his victory lap.
He's waiting for the trophy.
That's
That's
a
what
tough spare right here. Good cover. Great cover.
Nice. Very nice.
Good cover.
All right, so here's Brody.
So he's not out of it. He's still, I mean, he get right back in it. So he could actually shut him out with, if he punches out and he's got a 1 pin, he could shoot 235 and Vincent can only bowl 234. This is his good lane. He missed. Yeah. I don't think he has much room out there anyway.
I don't think so either. He really is kind of in between balls. Like he needed, I don't know. I don't know if he needed more surface or, because the phase 2 had some surface.
Well, spare it up because anything can happen. So
Absolutely.
Spare it up.
Gets that spare. No problem.
Maybe you can at least fill the foundation frame. Maybe put something together on this right lane. Not his favorite lane. But he set himself up here. You never know. Two good shots on that right lane.
Good shot.
Both 10 pins. Still, spare it up. Not out of it yet.
No, anything can happen.
Vincent hasn't really been in that pressure situation. So, although he has come through in the 2 previous matches.
Yeah. That roll-off was impressive.
Yeah.
He was in a roll-off.
Oh, and he was so pumped up. All right, covered up, Brody.
Got a comment that says, such a great group of bowlers, hard competition through the whole weekend.
Brody spares.
I think that 10-pin just got in his head. Missed one 10-pin and...
Well, I don't know why they were kind of shaking there because 203.
Yeah, Brody's not out of it, Brody.
He's not out of it because Vincent just needs to fill frames.
Yeah.
And that's not easy.
No.
When there's not one person bowling in the bowling center. It's so quiet.
So quiet. And we don't have a banner protecting us.
All eyes are on Vincent. Yeah. And it's a lot of pressure. It's a good shot.
Really good shot. Yes! That was a fantastic shot by Vincent.
So now that one, let me look here. So he still needs a mark in the 10th.
He does, yeah.
Still need a mark.
It's not over yet. Don't feel like it's over, Vincent.
I mean, Brody can still shoot 203.
Right.
And with an open here, he would have 201 or 2. So
right.
he needs a mark, any mark, and he will be the PBA Junior Champion. Taking a little time with the re-rack. It looked like it was a little bad rack on the 1-5 or.
And it's a good excuse to breathe for a minute. I'm sure his heart's racing a little bit.
He's made some really good shots, and he has good ball reaction. He has a little right on this lane, so I think you just take your time, make a good shot. Good shot.
Oh,
All right.
that's a tough one.
So that is not the easiest spare, and he needs to spare it. However, you just scoot over a little bit. It's just like a 2-8. It's just like a 2-8. Don't think of it any differently.
Yeah.
But he does need to spare this for the win, or else Brody will have a chance.
He's made some really good shots under pressure.
Yeah. It's so quiet.
It's so quiet.
I say he spares it.
Brody is continuing to beat himself up over his 10 pins. He keeps.
They cost him, for sure.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
All right, Brody has a chance.
So
200. So Brody needs a double and 9, a double and 8 to win, a double and 9. I'm sorry, he needs all 3. 203.
Yes.
That was it. They add the pinfall in there, but so Brody needs all 3 in the 10th.
Which he could
He's
do.
bowling on a good lane.
Yeah.
He was liking this lane. So
But yeah, the Eternity Pie looks good on this lane. And that's what he wanted to throw.
Needs all 3. One at a time. It's crazy. Wow. Not a bad shot.
Not a
Just
bad
got
shot
it
by
in.
Brody.
Definitely could have got some love. But Vincent Jablonski is the champion. So we got 2 Utah champions at the Utah PBA Junior Regional.
Great tournament by Mr. Brody. Great bowler from Idaho.
It's good sportsmanship with the congrats. So we have Emerson and Vincent are the champions. I think we'll have the trophy presentation right in front of us. Vincent's mom has still.
She's crying. She's excited. We got the emotions are going.
I'd like to congratulate our 2 new champions in the U18 boys division, Vince Jablonski. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Mr. Vincent. Good job, Emerson.
On behalf of everyone at PBA and PBA Junior and here at Sparetime Lanes, we'd like to thank you for participating.
All right. Well, that is it for us.
Yeah, congrats to the winners.
Yep.
Thanks everyone for tuning in to check out the West action.
Congratulations again.
And we will be back next weekend.
We're going to Rhode Island.
We're going to first ever SYC Rhode Island. First ever, well, New Jersey. We had SYC on the East Coast. But
but this is the coast.
This is the coast.
Is
we're
like,
on the
we're
coast.
going to the Atlantic Ocean. East Providence Lanes. Next Saturday will be 9 a.m.
Yep, and we'll be
Eastern
live streaming.
time, and we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see you there. We got 160 kids joining us, and a beautiful 60-lane bowling center. So we're happy. We're excited to go.
Yeah, so we will see you all next week. If you don't subscribe already, hit subscribe so you know when we're going live. We'll see you later.